Hello, welcome back to Story Reckless, and I think we're just gonna jump right into it this time around. Hopefully, y'all been watching, and if you're new here, well, hello and welcome. We are playing The Quiet Year. Uh, a brief little recap from last time. Oh my god, I feel like a lot happened. Yeah. There was a new sentient species discovered that came up from the depths, far below the clouds. We are referring to them as angler bison. They're kind of anglerfish-esque creatures, but like the size of bison. Things got real tense between the two research groups. The ship that crash landed on the dead whale, Rachmaninoff University, has fully gone isolationist and has started building defenses and figuring out a way to gather material from the I guess the living creatures of this world, almost like whalers, to create fuel, which they've recently become successful with. We also, the main research group, which we don't really have a name for, we were just discussing that. Maybe, what was it? Rimsky University, which is based on another composer.
Rimsky-Korsakov.
Rimsky-Korsakov University. They have solved the water crisis via these silkworm-like threads, creating these like wells down into the depths of the atmosphere, and water is sort of spooling up the threads that they are able to collect.
Capillary action.
Yeah, capillary action. But the I'd say the biggest, most dramatic thing that happened was a horrible blizzard came blowing through as we entered into autumn on this planet. And it was not made of water-based snow. It was made of methane-based snow, because that is what we had established earlier in the springtime when there was a light dusting of it. This blizzard covered everything in this snow, and the Rachmaninoff University, somebody within there, a rather zealous person by the name of Rocky, decided to take matters into their own hands, his own hands, and fired a projectile at the rival university because Rachmaninoff University disagrees with them sort of entwining themselves with the planet by consuming this goo that gives them the ability to feel the emotions of the various creatures on this planet and communicate with them. They greatly disagree with this, and Rocky decided to try to destroy the main research lily pad that was housing the goo and the silkworms. However, the shot went wide due to the strong winds, and it struck the adjacent lily pad, igniting it, and the whole thing went up in flames and crashed down into the atmosphere below, killing Rachel in the process, who was actually, ironically, was one of the citizens who was pretty cautious and skeptical about everybody consuming the goo. But yes, she was lost in the fire, as well as many others, leading to many deaths. Also, it looks like I don't think the bathysphere ever got moved, so that was also lost, it seems, or at least the remnants of it. So yes. And the final thing we ended with was the Rachmaninoff University holding a discussion about what to do with Rocky when Rocky did this violent act. Some said we should give him up for or we should extradite him to the Rimsky. What was the second?
Korsakov. Well, we could just
Korsakov.
call him Rimsky.
Rimsky's fine.
Yeah.
To the Rimsky University. Others said that Rocky should be punished internally before he is sent over. Some others said he just needs to be re-educated. And the final statement of the discussion, somebody said he was right in his act. The Rimsky University cannot be trusted, and what he did was right. And that's where we left off. So, with that all out of the way, unless anybody thinks I'm missing something critical, I think we can go straight back into the turn order here. We are in autumn, and it is Enyo's turn to draw a card.
I have two things that I wanted to bring up again first. We learned last session also that Rachmaninoff University was sent here to
Allegedly.
We found documents implying that Rachmaninoff University was sent here to sabotage the Rimsky. Yes, their expedition. And also an angler bison body turned up dead. And we were going to drink the water, maybe.
Yes, drink the water out of the globule
out of
at the front. Yeah.
The globule.
Thank you. Those are both very critical. Thank you for reminding me. A lot happened last session, as we said. Yeah. But yes, it is your turn, Enyo.
All right, I can do this. And we are on autumn still. Autumn. Butterling. Oh my god. The strongest among you dies. What caused the death? Or the weakest among you dies. Who's to blame for the death? Those bring up a lot of good questions. Who is the strongest? Who is the weakest?
I will really quickly say it could be more of a broader category, right? Like not an individual, but just like the most healthy in people, or the most, yeah. But up to you to interpret it. It is your card.
Oh, the doggos are here. I mean, the first thing I thought of was Raven. She is the one who she went down in the bathysphere. She came back all up, anime protagonist. She's got a mind meld with all of the flatulating worms. Do we have a name for them, or are they just they're the wiggle worms?
The flatulating worms.
Wiggle worms is good.
Yeah,
wiggle worms is pretty good.
Okay. Was she also involved with the talks, with the negotiations with the ankle bison? Because she's gooified?
She is gooified, so yeah, she probably would have been involved with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think she would have been one of the main people.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna say it was Raven. She dies again, second time. We'll see if it sticks. What caused their death? Oh. I have to say, negotiation with the angle bison. They see that their one of their numbers is missing and one has turned up dead in the settlement. It's clear what exactly happened. But they surrounded her and she turned into water, I think. Yes. She turned into water.
That has some terrifying implications.
So they just kind of surrounded her, and then
they surrounded her and kind of crowded in, and then each of their little boops touched down on her. They were all communicating, and then she just into a puddle.
Oh my
Drink
god.
the water.
Has there been any further communication? Like, there are other people who are gooified who have some rapport with the angler bison. Have they offered an explanation?
I don't know.
Well,
Does that get answered with this card, or is that something that has to be like a discover
That's
something
outside the
new,
purview
or...
of my question. I just said what happened and who died. Okay, all the projects tick up. Those negotiations ticking up. We're at 5 out of 6 now. Great. The worm bridges are at.
If I may,
Yes.
what could we get to Claire's point? Could we get a little more detail of, like, was there something that seemed to cause the bison to focus in on Raven as opposed to anybody else, like, or is it
He
purely a
came
mystery?
forward as the one who is best at communicating because it's all vibes based.
Okay,
And since
okay.
she has been communicating with all of the creatures the longest,
Great.
she's the most enmeshed in the ecosystem and has the best grasp of what's going on.
Great.
And when she brought forth the dead angler bison and was trying to tell them, we found this. We found
So
this.
It could have been maybe it was a misunderstanding. Okay, cool.
And when confronted, like, what did you do to her? They just say, she has completed. She is enmeshed. There. As
Terrifying.
discussed, she is enmeshed.
Terrifying.
Cool. So now I guess I could do a discovery or start a project. I think the project is investigation. What happened to Raven? Can I get a clock, please?
Yes. They
This
are.
sounds like a.
There
yeah.
are a bunch of clocks down below. Feel free to grab one of those.
Yes, I see them now. I see.
And go ahead and
Okay.
drop it somewhere and add some kind of little drawing to represent this.
Y'all draw a puddle of water. Heck yeah. What happened to Raven?
How did the theology clock end? What came out of that? Was that the
Oh, yeah.
documents?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
We have a narrative of what has happened since we arrived from the particular angle of Rufus's spiritual understanding of the planet.
What does that look like? Are they books? Is it like a data bank somewhere?
I think they're I like the idea of them being like physical books that we can make copies of, you know.
Great.
All right.
He's doing his part in making the audio logs for the video game protagonists who will come through here later to be like, what
Yes.
happened?
Maybe since this is also a question of theology, what's his name again? Rufus?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe he is also very involved with what happened to Raven.
How long of a
Yeah.
clock did you set the investigation for?
I set it for 5. That
Okay.
seems good.
Great. Okay, all the clocks have been ticked up.
Yes,
Did you tick up the Worm Bridges clock?
I did.
Okay. And an action has been taken by you and a card has been drawn. Great. That takes us to my turn. Let's see. So I'm going to draw from Autumn. Okay, here we go. Phew. Oh, God. Okay.
No!
Disease spreads through the community. Choose one. You spend the week quarantining and treating the disease. Project dice are not reduced this week. Nobody knows what to do about it. Add health and fertility as a scarcity. You know, this is a group of university researchers. I think they would quarantine. I think I mean, if they're anything like our world's, scientists, I think they would be. I think that makes sense to me. So unfortunately, none of the project dice are gonna go down, are gonna go towards completion. Man, that's huge. Cause I mean, that puts the negotiations on hold because everybody. So yeah, the angler bison just suddenly the whole community just like disappears for a week. Like, maybe they know something about it. I don't know. Okay, so I don't change any of the clocks, and now I need to choose an action, which is either discover something new, hold a discussion, or start.
Could we get more details on what the disease is? And, like,
Yeah,
what it
that's a
looks like?
great thing.
It affects fertility.
I mean, according to the other choice, it could affect fertility. So, what is the disease? I'm open to pitches if something comes to mind.
Face worms.
The worms, the brain worms. Because we have what's their name? The brainworm person, Remy.
We do have the brain.
Remy.
Yeah.
Remy. Fuck yeah. Okay, maybe. So maybe the disease is, Remy has been encouraging people to ingest this goo, which we've been able to replicate more of it by infusing it with whatever fuel we had left that was able to like create more of this goo. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Or infusing it with the fuel basically makes the goo viable for consumption, it sounds like, is my understanding. So maybe, oh my god, everybody's been drinking it though. I want to do something with the worms. I like the worms. So I don't think we necessarily know, because did we actually establish that the brainworms came from the goo? That wasn't established, was it? This person just suddenly kind of showed up with brainworms. Okay.
It could have come from anywhere.
Okay, great. I'm
Correlation
gonna
is not
say
causation.
They're just correlated, exactly.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that the silkworm lily pad where Remy is from, that entire community becomes infested with brainworms, and it within that like basically the reason this is discovered is why is it discovered that if you have brainworms you're not fertile? I guess it
You
doesn't
give birth to worms.
Oh my god, are we gonna go there? Oh my god. Oh my god.
I feel like you're then extra fertile.
Yeah. Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
Well, okay. But we don't have to necessarily go into the details of why you're not fertile, but I mean, one explanation I could see is that this whole community is infected. Maybe there were some people there that were expecting and miscarriage, and
It does say health and fertility. It doesn't necessarily have to be focused on fertility.
It could just be health, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with health. The community gets infected with brainworms. Remy, being the most late stage of this infection, I think it becomes clear that their body is it's not getting the nutrients it needs, and it's starting to atrophy. So those with brainworms are very gaunt, becoming very gaunt and skeletal, and the Rimsky University, seeing this, they decide to quarantine anybody who has brainworms. They've sent them all to that lily pad, which is where the production of all the silkworms is. They've sent them all there and have quarantined that lily pad until they can figure out whether this is worth, to figure out what to do with it, because the people infected with these are clearly wasting away. So that's the disease.
Okay.
I will figure out a little. I'll draw some extra people over there in a minute. I guess I'm gonna start a project, and the project is figuring out what to do with the people who are infected with brainworms. Whether that is curing them, like destroying the brainworms, or maybe just figuring out a way to live with them. Because clearly, Remy had things to say, was like, had ideas, was sentient, was like not like full on, what we think of as like a zombie parasite. So,
was there any Remy left? Wasn't Remy just like a skin suit for brainworms?
I think that was the implication. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I welcome our worm overlords.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put, for now, I'm gonna put brainworm cure, but that we'll figure out what that actually means.
Mm-hmm.
That, come on, I mean, that's like a 6 week. That's a 6 week project, right? And we're ticking up right now, right? That's what we've been doing.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Brainworm cure. Great. That is my turn.
Okay. Am I next?
Yes.
Okay. The Parish arrives. Who are they? Why have they chosen your community, and for what? Or a small gang of marauders is making its way through local terrain. How many are there? What weapons do they carry? My gosh. I'm gonna complicate this even further.
Great.
The Parish arrives. The Parish is one of the whales.
Oh shit.
The Parish it appears that these whales are all psychically connected to one another. So while they have a sense of individuality, there's kind of a shared universal experience, if that makes sense. Each individual contributes to the greater understanding of the universe, as they understand it. Yes, Moslog Parish. Why have they chosen our community? We have not freed the body of part of them. When they die, their bodies rise up, and once they hit the outer atmosphere, disintegrate. And this particular body that Rachmaninoff University is upon has not been allowed to ascend to heaven, to the afterlife. They would like this to be so.
Wow.
And they have noticed that the angler bison have been communicating with us and kind of want to know what that's about. Like, they didn't think that we were sentient initially because we didn't communicate in any way that they could figure out. But they and the angler bison can communicate, and they saw them communicating with us. So now they're here to request the release of themselves to heaven.
Wow. Awesome.
I can now tick clocks.
You can now tick clocks.
Yes.
I have a couple clarification questions.
Go for it.
Okay. Rachmaninoff University, my understanding is they've repaired their ship and are now mobile.
Correct.
Is what the specimens are about.
Yeah, right.
Second clarification question. And also their whalers and their ship runs on whale oil.
Yeah. Have they done a kill yet?
I think it's likely.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's what I was wondering.
Think so?
Because the first initial fuel they got was distilled from the dead corpse, correct?
Oh,
yeah.
That could actually be true, yeah.
So, I mean,
Right. So I guess not.
This could be their first encounter with a living whale and is it multiple whales have arrived or just one?
Just one,
Okay.
but this one is speaking for all of them because they're all interconnected.
Oh my god. So the the whaling group suddenly gets confronted by a living whale asking them to leave the corpse so that it can return to the afterlife.
But they can't communicate with the whales directly because they have shut
They don't
themselves
have
off
to.
to witness.
Oh my god. Okay.
To witness.
We have two projects concluding here. The negotiations with the angler bison.
That was one you started, right? Or who started that?
That sounds
Yeah.
likely. I feel like both what happened with Raven and also the arrival of the Parish would have huge changes on how things turn out with the angler bison. Okay, proposal, and I'd love feedback. The angler bison don't really conceive of Raven as like whatever happened with Raven, they're kind of confused why we're so upset about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not that they didn't kill her, not that they didn't know what they were doing, but like they are taken aback by the strength of our reaction.
Okay.
I like that.
And they want nothing to do with the Parish.
They want nothing to do with the Parish. Okay.
Yes, they are not happy that the Parish has arrived.
What is... Do we have a definitive result of negotiations between Rimsky and them? Like, beyond... Yeah, they don't want anything to do with the Parish. They're confused by our reaction to Death of Raven. But is there any kind of conclusive thing that happens between these two factions, I guess, for lack of a better word?
I think we remain in contact. We continue choosing to interact. I kind of want to see what happened, like how what happened to Raven plays out. I think kind of the overwhelming consensus from Rimsky is that whatever happened to Raven was not an action of ill will on their part. What that actually means, who knows? This idea is being bandied about of like creating balance, of just like reestablishing equilibrium in terms of like life forces or something. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about that, but like,
okay, yeah.
So Rimsky's kind of in a detente, like with there aren't any open hostilities, but we aren't actively pursuing anything with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the worm bridges are done. Hooray!
Yay!
There are absolutely some people who refuse to use them because these are coming from the same creatures as the brainworms. Yeah?
Oh yeah, right.
Great.
And also
quarantine,
it's
y'all.
connected to oh my god, yeah, I know. Right after the worm bridges are finished, right after quarantine.
I think
And
we
also
don't know
what
that they're the same species. They showed up separately.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
they
don't.
did?
Yeah, we don't necessarily know that they're
Oh,
the
okay.
same. Yeah, that could
Okay.
maybe with the brainworm cure. Maybe we'll find out. Great.
What do I want to do? I'm gonna host a discussion. We should ally ourselves with the Parish. They are clearly the stronger, more advanced species here when comparing them to the angler bison, and they have done nothing but good for us in terms of providing this body for resources. We can defend the memory of Raven by ceasing negotiations with the anglerfish and embracing the Parish.
Um, I'm trying to find like a juicy stance to take on this. We should be loyal to the first people who approached us. And this parish wouldn't even give us the time of day when the angler bison spent all that time establishing communications.
I want to say something about Rufus and that, but it feels kind of like that's your thing, Claire. So I want your.
Oh, nah.
Yeah.
I mean, Olive invented Rufus.
Yeah, but the theology thing was kind of. I don't remember entirely what was said about that, but I think Rufus is throwing his hat in with the parish. He is a priest needs a parish, and these are the gods of the world.
We should use the angler bison. They could do what they did to Raven. They could do that to the Rachmaninoff University. I think that's the end of the discussion, right? Because you
Yeah,
started
that's the end
with
of
the
the discussion.
statement. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Olive, it is your turn. Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Let's pull a card. Autumn. Somebody sabotages a project and the project fails as a result. Who did this? Why? Or someone is caught trying to sabotage the efforts of the community. How does the community respond? Okay, so the two projects we have currently. Is this right? What happened to Raven and Brainworm Cure?
Yes.
Either somebody's covering up the murder, or somebody's being like, we don't need to be cured. Which further fragments this community between Rachmaninoff, the worm people, and the main university. Yeah, I think Remy's sabotaging Brainworm Cure.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do the one that succeeds, or they are caught?
Oh, they sabotage it. Of course. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
We don't need no Brainworm Cures here.
No.
So the cure probably was.
God, we have so many factions.
People outside of this lily pad, like taking samples, and trying to like understand like the life cycle of it, like interacting with infected people in a kind of like a controlled manner. And Remy slip some worms into their food. And then the people running the investigations came down, went through the exact same process that Remy went through of like fever, chills for like a day or so, and then death, followed by. So I'm gonna draw some worms coming out of this researcher.
Perfect. Perfect. They're spreading.
They are, in fact, spreading.
Guys, we have so many factions now.
We do.
Incredible.
I don't see how we're going to resolve this in the next 3 months.
Rachmaninoff is fine. Okay. I think I want to stir up some trouble. I think I want some of the alien factions to start beefing more. We have the Angler Bison and the Parish. Not great, but neither of them have a relationship to like this worm situation.
That's true.
I want the Parish to declare war on the worms somehow.
So is that going to be a project?
I think. Let's see. The Parish communicates somehow that the worms will consume everybody, but if you let us take them, we can take them down to the surface to get cleansed.
So is this a discussion or?
I think this is a discussion. Yeah. Do we give the worms? Yeah, the hosting a discussion. Do we give Remy and everybody infected to the Parish, and then they'll take them away and do something with them?
Okay.
I think cleansed is like not maybe the right word. It's a little bit more ambiguous than that. It's like they'll be made better. They won't be your problem anymore. They'll become enmeshed. So should we
Claire's drawing
Remy and the others over to the Parish? Question.
Got it. And yo.
This is somebody who is living on one of the non-infected lily pads who is barricading themselves in with silkworm and saying, yes, give them anything they want. Take the worm people.
This is the Worm People Collective stating that this is foolish. You all have already begun the process of integrating yourselves with the planet. This is the final step towards salvation. Rufus, please make them understand.
They're so pretty.
Is that your statement?
We should absolutely entrust our lives to the Parish and become one with them so that we too might achieve nirvana while still alive.
Everybody, I just got back from the Angler Bison. They say that the Parish just wants them for themselves, but we should actually give them to the Angler Bison because they were here first.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
All right.
I think that's what they meant.
Okay.
I think they called dibs.
I believe that is Olive's turn.
Is that it?
That's
we
it.
don't get to do anything about it? Just had the talk?
Just have the talk. That's what happens with discussions. Yeah.
Okay.
I
What
know,
happens to
dang.
Raven goes up to 2 then.
Yeah, all the clocks get ticked. Which is 1. Enyo, you were up.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just writing down quickly.
Thank you.
Aliens fighting over our worm-infested bodies.
And Claire has added a whale for the parish up in the upper left.
Oh my god. Yes. All right. Oh, there's a whale. Oh, what a cute little whale. That's not terrifying at all. I trust that whale.
You got smile.
Yeah, see? They're smiling, and smiling is truly universal, and it doesn't mean anything else. Introduce a dark mystery among the members of the community. I think we have enough of those.
Uh-oh.
Are you kidding? Oh,
Oh no!
Y'all, I don't know if this
Claire
community is gonna make it.
among community members, and as a result, a project fails. What projects do we have left
Only
to fail?
one. What happened to
Only
Raven?
Raven?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sorry, this is the quiet year for
Yes.
these?
Yes. Yeah.
This year is loud as hell. What are there any more dark mysteries? What's left? And the eldritch being coming up. The eldritch being comes
I don't know.
up.
You can come up with another dark mystery.
Do it. Make it worse.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Yes. The temple on the surface. The ruins
Oh god.
start, there is a buildup of methane and water. It starts glowing, and there's sort of a tornado. The jackals are descending. They are coming down into the temple.
Oh, shit.
And all of the people who have touched the goo, all of the people who have any worms, start having this intense desire to go down to the surface.
Cool. So is it almost like a water spout from the temple all the way up into the atmosphere above, or the jackal storm? Is that like kind of the visual?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like that. It's like a weird methane flurry water spout.
Cool. Cool.
Somebody goes to jump off of a lily pad, and somebody pulls him back because nobody's dying yet. But the pull is intense.
Love it.
I am going to start a project. Some of these people decide we're going to increase the length of this. We're going to make a worm elevator to the surface.
A silkworm elevator?
Yeah. Down there's this perfect funnel, and we can just lower a silkworm thing right through the eye of the storm down to the temple. We can do it. I've made the calculations.
Amazing.
Okay. That is, and I'm just gonna reuse worm bridges for that because it's worm bridge part 2.
Part 2.
Part 2. Le
Great.
bridge de vermicelli. Okay. Worm elevator to surface.
The Raven project ticks up 1.
Oh yes, right. Raven project checks up 1. Somebody's figuring out what's happening to Raven somehow.
Okay. Is that your turn, Enyo?
That's it. That's my turn.
Okay.
The person who busted in on the meeting be like, I was just talking with them. Like, he's really into the bison.
I'm gonna pull a card here for Autumn. community works constantly, and as a result, a project finishes early, or a group goes out to explore the map more thoroughly and find something that had been previously overlooked. I mean, I think that the Worm Collective, as who put that? Was that Wash Grandpa or Mosslog? Somebody put the Worm Collective. I think they all rally, and the worm elevator to the surface is completed early. So go ahead and create a worm elevator. And I will tick the Raven project up. It's almost done. And oh man, I want to start another project, but I feel like there are multiple things happening here.
Don't worry, the next card you draw will be a project fails.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna throw this to y'all and see which one sounds more interesting to you. I think either a project needs to be started by Rachmaninoff, which is, I think, a week-long project, which is an attempt at completing a successful whale hunt, or maybe a week to 2 week long project, which is deciding which faction to align ourselves with, either Angler Bison, or sorry, for Rimsky University, which faction to align themselves with, Angler Bison or the Parish. Or maybe I should be more definitive about it and just pick one and have it be like, you know, oh god, I'm torn. But anyways, those are the two. My two pitches.
You can make a project, and if one of us disagrees, we can make another project doing the opposite.
The opposite, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
and take a contempt token.
Yeah. But of those two, what do you all think is more interesting? Rachmaninoff starting a whaling project, or
I think it's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Okay, this community is in such chaos right now, so I think I just got to keep going with chaos. And I think also I just really want to resolve the Rachmaninoff whaling ship, so I'm gonna go with Rachmaninoff attempting their first whale hunt. And I am gonna make this only a week long, because I think that this literally is them. They've been sitting there with barely any fuel to kind of like putter around in the upper atmosphere. Maybe they've caught like a few smaller organisms and have been able to process it to like sustain this. And then suddenly the Parish arrives. And in the time that the Parish has arrived, they've been plotting. And this is their moment to try to strike. So this is the whale hunt. We'll see what happens next week with them. That is my turn. And the worm elevator is completed, so I'm going to remove that token. Okay, that's my turn. I will draw a little something over here for the whale hunt. I'll just add another spear.
A spear pointing at the whale in the top left.
Perfect. I don't know what color this ship is. I'll just pick something close. Here, I'm gonna kind of clean up the ship a little bit. If that's okay with people, I'm gonna delete some things.
Yeah. I'm reloading the page.
Yeah, it crashed for me too.
It did not.
Thank you,
like
Roll20.
Oh yeah, I really didn't like that.
Oh,
Yep.
is it still freaking out?
A little bit.
Yeah.
God.
Oh no.
And you.
It's back up for me.
What on earth just... Oh, no.
You crashing?
I'm having tech issues.
Okay.
Huh. I'm gonna reload again.
How interesting. All of my tabs went white.
That's the worms.
That's the worms until
It's the
I
worms.
X'd out of roll 20. Okay, we're gonna try this again.
Okay. You
That's
have
so interesting.
you have-
Everything's turning black for me.
Ah.
The worms and the anti-worms.
the worst type. You do have a very fun card.
The cheese and the worms. Anyone else read that?
No.
No. Okay. It was it's a recording of an interrogation of some like middle class random man by the Spanish Inquisition. He was not accused of being a witch. He was accused of heresy, and what he told his interrogators was that the universe is comprised of bigger parts and smaller parts, like cheese filled with worms. And he essentially describes atoms and talks about a heliocentric universe. And
That's wild.
he was, if I remember correctly, he was actually released eventually, but
That's fun.
it's been a
They
long
were-
time since I've read this.
They were charmed by his cheese worms,
His
Metaphor.
cheese worms, yes.
enchanted by the imagery.
Quick, let's play this game again and set it in a world that's made of cheese and worms.
I'm
just gotta
still loading roll 20. I don't
Oh.
know why roll 20 is having such trouble.
While it's loading, do you want me to read your card to you?
Go for it.
Okay. So you drew the 10 of clubs, and
Okay.
you get harvest is here and plentiful, add in abundance. Or cold autumn winds drive out your enemies, remove a threatening force from the map and the area. So your choice.
Ooh.
Which enemies?
Yeah, which enemy? Whose
and from
enemy?
and from whose perspective?
Oh, were we supposed to be a unified community?
I'm going to say we took care of the water problem.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that should be a project result. All right, I'm just gonna make a decision.
Yeah.
The angler bison I think that we have stalled enough, and they are leaving. They don't want to interact with the parish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
They feel threatened. I still don't have roll 20. I'm sorry. Could someone else take the projects up for me?
Yes.
Thank
Olive,
you.
do you want to do that while I deal with
Yes.
the angler bison?
Okay, so what happened to Raven completes along with them leaving, I suppose. That could be connected.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Who started what happened to Raven?
that was moi.
Okay.
That was me. Okay. What happened to Raven? As they said, she was enmeshed. They reduced her to her component parts so that she could experience complete and utter harmony with the surroundings. She is everywhere, but she's also in their little dangles. And they considered it not a threat or anything, but a great honor.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They wanted to thank her for returning their kin and to reward her for being a part of this ecosystem.
So they schlooped her.
So they
Into their
schlooped-
globes.
Just the water. Not the rest of her is like the rest of her. A lot of her, I think. They said we have taken some parts of her. The rest of her is in the cistern.
Cistern.
Excellent.
Amazing. Great. Second thing, whale hunt completes. How does that go?
Oh my god. How does the
Tell
whale
me
hunt go?
truly.
Oh man. Oh, they're so okay. I think it goes successfully to a degree. I think what happens is they come, you know, this parish didn't necessarily know the full intentions, and so the Rachmaninoff use that to their advantage, and they come kind of swooping out of nowhere, ambush the whale, impale it with multiple harpoons. The whale flees and drags Rachmaninoff down into the depths, and they disappear below. So it's unclear if they were fully successful, but both disappear below the clouds. I think that's what happens.
Great.
And I have reasons for this. If anybody, any additional pitches?
That's great. Do you want to draw
great.
like a harpoon?
Yeah,
going from that ship to
yeah,
the whale?
I'm gonna tweak a bunch of this stuff.
Okay. I guess it's my turn then, right?
Yep.
Gonna draw a card. Autumn. A project just isn't working out as expected. Radically change the nature of this project. Don't modify the die, and when it resolves, you'll be responsible for telling the community how it went. We don't have any project dice right now. Something goes foul and supplies are ruined. Add a new scarcity. So I guess it's the second one. Something goes foul and supplies are ruined. I think this is going to go with the project die that I have, but I think the scarcity is people left on the lily pads. Or no, manpower? No. Okay, so the project that I'm going to do is a 1 week project of all the worm people going down to the temple.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving, so no parish, no bison, no worm people. Is
No Rachmaninoff.
no Rachmaninoff. So some sort of scarcity reflecting all these changes. Kind of back to square one.
Scarcity of connection. Like you're taking away almost all the relationships.
Mm-hmm. Scarcity of clarity of like what's going on. Scarcity of
Yeah, that's at the beginning.
I think a thick fog rolls in, and it's a scarcity of sight. It's a long-lasting fog. It comes in like midday and hangs, and it's there the next day and the next.
So it's literally a scarcity of like visual
Of sight.
clarity of sight.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've been enshrouded in a thick mist, a thick fog. Okay.
Yeah. And these circles with kind of wavy lines through them, that's fog. Thanks for asking.
Excellent.
Great.
And you're starting a project to who's going down to the surface? The worm people or Okay. Amazing. I love it.
They're coming up here.
Oh,
0 of 1.
who is in chat?
It's Lupium. Welcome back.
Hello, welcome back.
And that's my turn.
Amazing. Okay, Enyo, it is your turn.
Indeed. Oh my god, we're still in autumn? What
Still.
else can possibly happen? Are we? Draw one card. There are no more. We're not in autumn
We're
anymore.
not in autumn. We've entered into
no.
winter. That feels
That
so
seems appropriate.
Yeah,
with
with the
change in
fog.
seasons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The fog rolled in, and now we're in winter. I can't see what is happening over all of these. Okay, there we go. A headstrong community member takes charge of the community's work efforts. A project fails, and then a different project finishes early. We only have one project.
Yeah, we
right?
only have one currently, yeah.
A headstrong community member tries to take control of the community. How are they prevented from doing this? Due to the conflict, project dice are not reduced this week.
Ooh.
Oh.
So this still says whale hunt for me, but that's the worm people descending.
Yeah. I'll change
Okay. Oh my gosh. Who doesn't want the worm people to descend? Who could possibly not want the worm people to descend?
I don't think that's what the card says. It's like there's just a conflict in the
There's just
community
a
which
conflict. Yeah,
keeps people from doing stuff.
You could also
That's
create
true.
a new character because it just says a headstrong community member, so
Yes.
it could be a whole new person.
Okay. Dang, this doesn't particularly. Okay. I think that this card is not jiving with me really well. Okay. I'm gonna say a new worm person, Robin.
Robin the worm person. Excellent.
Yes. The early bird gets the worm.
Absolutely.
Yes, she is very gung-ho about descending. She insists that she is going to be the first person down to the surface, and others are. I think other people think that I'm going to say Rufus thinks that he probably should be there first, and people are arguing over who gets to go down to the surface first, and it's kind of the Mount Everest jam, and they're all just waiting to get in line to descend the worm rope, thus delaying the worm descent.
Okay.
And creating tensions. I'm going to just take a conflict or a contempt token for myself, I guess. Sure. Wow, we just don't have a ton of things going on anymore. This is all great.
Everyone left.
Everyone left. We're all good. Amazing. I think now is a good time for a discovery.
Nice.
Yes. In the fog, there, as people are waiting in line to descend the worm rope, and they are going through the fog. Here is what I'm noticing is a trend with me. They are experiencing the memories of Raven.
Oh, in the fog? Ooh.
In the fog.
Ooh, I like that.
That's so cool.
And some of them, and you know, they're all the worm people. Some of them feel like they can talk to the fog. They can't communicate exactly, but they can put forth a question, and maybe a vague feeling, a vague answer will come back to them.
Mm-hmm.
That is my turn.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. Okay. It is my turn. We're going to draw another winter card. Oh my god! The Frost Shepherds arrive. The game is over. I was not expecting that to happen so suddenly. Okay. I think we need at least this turn. I think we can all... Maybe we can all sort of... We should talk about this. One, we should figure out, what does this mean? What does the Frost Shepherds mean for this world? Oh my god. You
The
know,
worm people never even
have-
got to descend.
I have a pitch. I think the Frost Shepherds are the Parish. I think all of the whales come rising up from below, and the one that came to broker peace. This is, let me know if it's too dark, but I think it comes rising up with the crushed remains of the Rachmaninoff ship on its hide, sort of maybe almost decorator crab-esque. It is like incorporated it into its, we haven't really described what these things look like, maybe into its carapace, whatever these things, you know, these whale-like creatures look like, but it is incorporated the husk of the Rachmaninoff ship into its body and rises up to meet Rimsky University. I'm gonna say that is my pitch for the Frost Shepherds arriving. I don't necessarily want to say conclusively that they come to destroy everybody. Maybe somebody else has an idea.
Here's a pitch.
Yeah.
For the Frost Shepherds arriving. So the Frost Shepherds are methane cloud banks that roll in, and they start. If you've played Expedition 33, there's this thing called the gommage, where something can kind of like, your time comes and you kind of like turn into like flowers and like dissolve, and there's just this rolling fog. Like as it gets closer, the worm people get more and more frantic to start descending. Like something instinctively knows that they need to get
below.
out of here.
Yeah.
And like if you're touched by this fog, you just kind of like dissolve into like this like methane snow and this powder, and to your horror you realize that the methane snow that has fallen in the past are
all of
previous.
It's what's supposed to happen to the whale corpses. That's what happens to the whale corpses. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that's way better.
That's a pitch. What if we all gave pitches?
Well, I love that.
I like
pitch, but
that one.
I like it.
We can all become methane snow.
So essentially, the Rimsky University could not get their shit together in time, or maybe this is fine. They all become one with the planet. Maybe our final shot is Rufus smiling, holding on to his books as he is turned into methane snow, and because the books are not
Inorganic?
living in the traditional sense, they drop to the floor of the ship and are left for our player characters to find as the audio logs.
Yes. Oh,
Oh man.
well, can I also have like
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
image too, with the fog rolling around with a kind of ethereal whispers, and then the methane snow falling,
Yeah.
and worm people turning into methane snow as they're on the rope, and like drops of water kind of going down the rope and dropping all the way down into the temple, and deep, deep down into the temple is a little cistern.
Yes, 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 yes.
Ooh, amazing. That was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
Wait, Claire, do you have a closer, a little joiner?
Yeah.
I entreat any or all of us to write a one-shot of people coming to this planet and encountering this situation. Whatever system we choose.
I mean,
we can't play it though. We would have to write it.
I
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Well, I mean, I could just run lasers and feelings.
I was thinking lasers and feelings might be a good system for this.
And we just, I guess, because this world seems not super comedic, so we just use lasers and feelings, but try to play it in a grounded or a serious way. I don't know. Like,
Lasers and feelings is just a
just roll dice.
just a system.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be comedic.
Totally.
I've seen a million hacks for it.
Yeah.
We could call it worms and cheeses.
What's your worm score? What's your cheese score?
And all of our characters' names have to start with R.
Oh yeah, right.
that invokes your personhood.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I guess that's it for the quiet year. I was not expecting to pull the... You know, it's so funny, too, because I changed the soundtrack as it got to my turn, because, like, we were starting to get into winter, right? And I changed the soundtrack. There's a song in my, like, playlist, and it's just called Aftermath. And I, like, changed it, and then I pulled the card, and I got Frost Shepherds. Well, thanks for joining us all. I thought this was really cool. We obviously had a lot of like unresolved little bits and pieces, but
That's how it goes in the quiet year.
yeah, I think, man,
We have 15 minutes. Could do an immediate postmortem.
We
I
could
mean,
play
yeah.
a really quick lasers and feelings.
Yeah, really quick.
really quick. No, I'm down to talk about this a bit and digest it. I mean, I want to like, I want to acknowledge, I think all of your ending you proposed there, I think really ties so much of this together, and it's so satisfying. Like having that, you know, we didn't plan it, but like essentially having the foreshadowing of the dusting of snow at the beginning, and then having this big blizzard happen, and you know, creates this big disaster, and then for it to end with that and kind of the big reveal of what it all was. That's awesome. That's super satisfying, and ties so nicely to what you brought up, Claire, with the parish. The fact that Ennio, you pitched at the very beginning, that I believe that was you, that you pitched that these whale corpses float up to the surface to decompose. Like, I don't know. It's just, wow, what a cool way to like have all these little pieces suddenly feel like they all were meant to be and were like very intentionally, you know, constructed to like fit. Which
sense making of stories is always fun. It's just like, it's like we planned it, but humans are just really good at kind of tying narrative threads together.
Yeah. No,
A lot better than the world is sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I love the image of like these worm people like being like rats fleeing a burning building or a sinking ship.
Yes.
Or like they sense an earthquake coming.
Yes.
And everyone's just like, why are you acting so crazy?
Yeah, why so
Get out.
Yeah.
Get down. God, what's their deal?
I mean, it's interesting too, because it seems like there was, when the first worm person was introduced, when Remy was introduced, there was the kind of implication was it wasn't necessarily like a threat to the community initially. It was just like, here's this person, they got infected with brainworms, and everybody seems to be kind of okay with it, at least like initially. Yeah.
I like the idea that they're still not actually a threat. It's just, sure, maybe the people die, but
Mhm.
they are reanimated as something new. And
Spoken like a worm person.
Spoken like a worm person.
yeah,
Well,
This is
I mean,
a
to
problem
be
that I have with like the Borg as an enemy. It's like if I became a Borg, I would not care.
yeah.
Like Claire, as I understand them, would end, but then there would be this new person who has just as much right to exist as Claire.
Do the Borg? Sorry, I don't know the Borg very well. They like, I'm assuming they force people against their will to become Borg. Is that right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Remy fed people worms.
Yeah,
Remy sabotaged the worm cure.
Well, here's the interesting thing about the worm people, though. When we think about it, is that we never really got into the details of it, but Remy showed up, and then there were no other worm people for a very long time, right? Like, it wasn't considered something that was like infectious or spreading. It wasn't until we drew that card.
Yeah.
So like, what changed so suddenly to cause it to spread? Was it Remy's?
I'm starting to run out of room in Remy.
Well, maybe that, or was it Remy's worms realizing, or like their internal clock sort of realizing the frost shepherds were coming, and then they started to spread? Like, yeah.
What's the advantage of that?
Yeah, usually when winter's coming, that's not the time to
Reproduce.
Well,
Yeah.
what's the advantage of it? I guess I don't know.
Sorry, I
Well,
knew
it
you were
could
gonna
be-
say something.
I like literally a survival tactic. They're thinking we need to get enough people to be able to. We need more manpower in order to build our escape hatch down to the safe spot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm so
Yeah.
curious what the original life cycle of these worms would have been if they because the other thought that occurred to me is like, was Remy initially dead and then kind of resurrected as like these worms found the dead body and then like reanimated it, or was it that Remy got infected and then died and then like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The angler bison wanted nothing to do with the worm people. What if they are the natural, the ones who carry the worms around most of the time?
The
They're
angler
the
bison
host.
carry the worms?
Well, what if they're the natural host or one of the
Ooh,
hosts?
yeah, the natural hosts. Oh, and because they can seemingly fly through this world, it's not really an issue for them to get down to the surface normally.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like how two of our scarcities like barely ever came up.
I know.
We had enough other stuff going on.
I feel like that happened in my last time I played this game too. It was like one of the scarcities just was never relevant.
Yeah,
I feel like it kind of shapes it though. It's like we weren't building machines and stuff.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
Like,
Actually,
we don't
yeah.
talk about it, but it shapes our actions.
Yeah.
Right. We had an excess of biological wonders, and that's what we had.
We did have an excess of biological wonders.
It's so funny to me that we ended up at the end there. I mean, like, just before everybody left, but we had like, what did we have? The original faction. We had the worm faction, the Rachmaninoff faction, the angler faction, the Parish faction. Like, it was like all of these forces suddenly like came into being and all vying for different things. Like, just, I don't know. That was really interesting to see that occur.
Yeah.
And then when everybody else in the bar like clears out suddenly, and like you're looking around and wondering why that just happened.
Why did everybody-
Maybe you should go.
Why did everybody leave? Oh. Oh man.
I would explore this world more. I liked this. This was a lot of fun.
I agree. Our little floating buttholes.
Yeah. They never flowered or anything.
Well, maybe they flower in the wintertime.
Yeah, it's true. We never.
Wait, do the lily pads get gommaged by the frost shepherds? Probably not.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a
Mm.
distinction, right? Like, is it that? How do you define that? But like, is it like things with a nervous system turn
Things with
into
a
it?
soul. Things with a soul.
Yeah,
Okay.
things with a soul.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Lily pads don't have souls. We evidently.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. I feel like some Buddhists would like to have a word with us.
Probably.
Lily pads don't have souls.
Too busy
Yeah.
meditating.
Well, these are what do you call them? Lily pad analogs. They're not actual lily pads, so
Mhm.
it could even just be like, like how coral builds skeletons around themselves, and this is just the, I don't know, whatever. Or we can just say lily pads don't have souls. I don't know why I'm
feel
fighting
like
this so hard.
I feel like that could be a title for this book somehow. Lily pads
Lily
don't have
pads
souls.
don't have souls.
I don't know if it
Buttholes
quite
don't have
works, but
souls.
yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. I think that's a good stopping point, unless y'all have any other additions. But that was really fun. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
that. I don't know if we have any solid plans for next week. I think it is. Well, I think we're supposed to meet tomorrow, so we can talk about it. But I think the plan is for me to run a Lasers and Feelings, and we'll probably do that. If not, maybe we'll do some Skyrim again or something else. We'll see. Because Claire, you still need a bit of time, a little more
I
time.
do.
Yeah. Okay. I do.
You also had me maybe running Lancer on the docket.
Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
So we will post in the Discord when we fully decide what it is that we're going to do. Yes, Skyrim. Skyrim is great. We did a silly Let's Play where I was playing and Claire and Olive were commenting on it, and it was very fun. Although I
Nathan
can't.
was not commenting on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't recommend actually watching the video because, yeah, the my mic was off, which was tragic. Good luck feeding the cats. All right, y'all. Well, that'll do it for tonight. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.